Hello, everybody. My name is Ed. I'm in my armchair, and the smoking lamp is lit. And guess what I'm smoking today? A Stanwell wood, my favorite pipe. It's starting to darken up. This is the non-briar pipe that I'm using for the Codger challenge. And yes, I am still in it. I've now smoked close to 60 bowls so far. This is my briar Levon Asakian Bing. And I tend to smoke 2 to 3, sometimes 4 bowls a day. Every day so far. And, of course, Saturday with the Kentucky Derby. I think I kind of started early. So I had about 7 or 8 bowls that day. And for the challenge, again, Prince Albert. Yay! I got a tub because I ran out of my other stuff. Didn't know how much I would use this, so I got a tub. Prince Albert is my grandfather's favorite tobacco. That is what I can remember from when I was younger, before he passed away. So I'm kind of actually doing this because of, my grandfather. My father, kind of a codger, but my grandfather, a definite codger. And I'm going to define how I kind of think of as a codger. And this is kind of how my grandfather was. 1, I don't know how many pipes he had, but it wasn't too many. In his case, he liked kind of like this again, but the regular, this is a little bit longer, but the regular length billiard straight pipe. Prince Albert. And that's pretty much what he smoked. And the thing with him, which is the Codger. Codger, to me, kind of reminds, I think of blue collar. They had, in those days, they had a lot of different pipe designs. But the ones that you could just find in a grocery store, or maybe a grocery store / pharmacy, at the end of your block, so many times, and in his case, the end of his block, you can buy your Dr. Grabo's, your actually over-the-counter pipes, just hanging on a display, and then you'd pick up tobacco when you smoked it right through. Picked up another pouch. So he didn't have like a cellar. And so, I think of the Codger, blue collar, didn't really have a cellar. When they got it, they smoked it. When they ran out, just walked to the store. Straight pipe. In my grandfather's case, was always the straight pipe. I didn't know enough to know if it was a billiard or, Dublin or something like that. But it was that. The smaller bowls. Because there was a time when tobacco was kind of hard to get. And so pipe manufacturers And a lot of the people, the blue collar guys, had the smaller bowls because the tobacco wasn't that available to be packing a small bowl, a full bowl. So that's what you have. Smoked it all the time. Again, I do not know how many pipes my grandfather had, but I know that he could easily be smoking all day, smoking the same pipe throughout the day. Definitely smoked every day. And that's kind of the codger, the inexpensive way to get a basic pipe, basic but well liked tobacco, smoking for the sake of smoking. An old codger. Me, might be a codger, but I do have a lot of pipes, so I don't have that. But this challenge has gotten me to smoke only one blend, Prince Albert, and I'm telling you, Prince Albert I'm having no problems with it at all. I kind of like that thought. Still going strong with it. It isn't getting to annoy me or make me wish I can have something else. It's just great tobacco, no bite, nothing for me. So yeah, I hate to say it, but I could get away with a couple pipes. And for a long time I did. And a long time I didn't really worry too much about the tobacco. So there you go. Kind of an old pipe, codger, but definitely my grandfather, the old codger. Here's to you. And now, a word from our sponsor. Feeling a little old, little tired. Your coffee, your pipe in the morning just doesn't make it any longer. What you need is a pick-me-up. A better blend for you. Introducing Young Old Joe Krantz with double the nicotine and topped with pure caffeine. Now, a little pro and con of doing the Codger Challenge. First, we're going to start with the con. This is tobacco, geometry, a little bit of mixture. There was a drop, Esoterica drop, at Milan Tobacconist, Dunbar, and to bed, Tilbury, Pembroke, Margate, and this particular Boswell pipe that is wanting to be my favorite pipe, but no, not until I have completed the challenge. These tobaccos and this pipe, and I got another pipe coming, have all come in since I started this challenge, and they just sit there. Just sit there. Definite con of doing that. I'll get over it. I will survive. But it's a little tougher knowing this stuff's right here. That's the truth. And now, though, a little bit of the pro. You know I like my leisure. When you're doing a Codger challenge, here's how I'm set up. I'm in my armchair. Smoking lamp is lit. Came back a little bit to show you how easy life is for me now. Not that it was tough in the first place. The two pipes can be found right here. My tobacco, right here. Right here. Over here, my drink, my ashtray, my rocking chair. Doesn't get nicer than this. Don't have to think about it. Here's the tobacco I'm smoking. Don't have to think about it. Both pipes are good for me. Don't have to think about it. Life is beautiful. Thank you very much. So, if you will indulge me, last week, Gordon Lightfoot passed away. And I have a story I want to tell about it. Kind of tells you the type of man he was. So when I started listening to Gordon Lightfoot, was really at the peak of his time, 75, 76. His big hits were out. I was at Colorado State University, which is right nestled by the foothills of the Rockies. And CSU sponsored a concert of his that I went to. Just a great concert. So we saw Gordon Lightfoot. Now the story I'm going to tell, unfortunately, was not me, because I'd love to be part of this. But the story was told from a lady who was there a couple months after this happened. She said she got a call from an old friend of hers who said, "You're going to the concert?" She said, "Yes. As soon as the concert's over, get up to my house." And this was a college professor who had a log cabin in the mountains, because CSU, being by the foothills, we had a lot of professors that actually had their homes up in the mountains. In fact, one time in summer school, a class got canceled because a professor could not make it in because of the snow. And this was summertime. Anyway, so she goes up, just as he said, after the concert, goes up to his house. Again, a nice little cabin. Well, not a little cabin. And there was about 30 people there, enough that could fill up his living room. And after just a little while, Gordon Lightfoot came in. It ends up, Gordon Lightfoot does not like to stay in hotels, motels. So whenever he has a chance to stay with somebody, he takes it. So people at Colorado State University who helped putting on the thing knew about this professor, asked him. So Gordon Lightfoot was staying the night at this guy's house. And he told the guy, invite a few friends that can fit in the living room, and I'll entertain them. And what this lady told me about it was he came in, introduced himself, talked to everybody, not just a quick hi, but kind of talked to everybody, mingled around with everybody, and then got his guitar and started singing. Now, this was after he'd already given a great concert that I'd been to. And she told me that he told stories for 2.5 hours just for those 30-some people. I mean, you've got to love what you do to be that, just willing to share it with everybody, I guess might be a good way to describe it. For 2.5 hours, just entertained them and obviously had a lovely time. So that's my little Gordon Lightfoot story. Hope you like that. Well, I hope you like this. And if you did, please like it and subscribe so I know who's out there. And if you don't like, you're not going to get to heaven. So may your smoking lamp always be lit. Take care out there.